this proves exactly why the Toronto Raptors are built different from any other team out there in the NBA. We can talk about the talent, the win against the Nets, the coaching of Darko Rajaković, but really there is one thing that has proven to set this team apart. So we'll discuss that, including some injury updates regarding RJ Barrett, who sustained a knee injury against the Brooklyn Nets in today's game. So lots of storylines, lots of things to really break down and sink our teeth into this video. But before we do any of that, it's a big day out there in the channel's history. We're officially embarked on 8 years of Raptors Digest content, which is crazy to say. I know the date. I know the annual update because it's my birthday. We dropped our first real video out there on the channel on my birthday 8 years ago, back in 2017. So it has been an absolutely insane ride, winning a championship, the team being not great for a while, but I appreciate every single one of you, whether you were here back in 2017 watching all those rough videos early on in the channel, or if you're here today. I appreciate every single one of you. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers, which is still crazy to me for this. It's crazy I can do this for a living and have a bunch of channels and stuff like that. But Raptors Digest is my baby, and I appreciate every single one of you that are tuned into the videos. And if you're enjoying the daily content, we're only ramping things up from here. Starting to roll out. Put a lot of work into the design and setup, and we have a lot of new graphics and things coming over the next weeks or so. You'll see in this video, but I just wanted to give a little thank you, a little appreciation nod to start off this video because on my birthday, it's also the Digest channel's birthday there too. So I appreciate every single one of you, but. The Raptors on my B-Day ended up getting us a little win and continued the win streak. That's right, Darko Rajaković wearing the party hat out here tonight. And the Raptors got this win and proved to everyone why they are just a different team out there in the NBA. And it's not a product of, hey, it's elite talents. The Toronto Raptors are, if not the, because again, you have upper echelon talent on the Thunder on these different rosters, but they could have an argument. They put their name in the hat for the deepest team out there in the entire NBA. And we could take a look at the box score, take a look at everything that's going on. I mean, you have 8 guys out there in double figures for this game. And, Ochai Agbaji also played very well in this game, only had 6 points, but was effective in different areas. I mean, this was the definition of a well-rounded game, and you really needed it in a game where you did not have Jakob out there in the mix. Jakob was being rested because of his back injuries, his back issues. We played the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow night, which is a massive, massive game for this team. But Jakob he is going to was out tonight, rested, and this is a big thing because the Raptors' depth, their lack of front court depth, is something that had me concerned. And the Nets are a team that's long, that's wiry, that has a lot of guys that can be effective. But the Raptors, despite the fact, they don't have their backup center, they showed that they just have so much talent on this roster that they are able to get wins even with Jakob out. And there are so many guys that deserve credit, that deserve some praise out here in this one. But the first one that does have to be brought up because he was getting a lot of flack. He struggled at the start of the season, and it is Jakob Walter, man, because Jakob is a guy that in this game, really just, came into his own. He exploded out there on the scene. In 19 minutes of action, scored 16 points, had 1 rebound, shot 85% from the field, 80% from the three-point line, had a steal, and not only, do you knock down his shots, of course, you go 4 for 5 from the three-point line, you're going to get some praise, you're going to get some hype, but defensively, Jakob Walter's been doing everything that he possibly can to come out and get some actual, consistent rotation minutes. And he got 19 minutes in this game now. You dealt with an RJ Barrett injury, which we will get to in this video. But Jakob Walter's taken advantage of every single second over the past couple of weeks he's earned. I mean, early on in the season, you look at this roster, it is just too deep, right? You have Gradey, Ochai, all these guys, kind of like Jamison Battle is not even getting run out there on these games. AJ Lawson, Chucky Hepper, and Elijah Martin all in the G League, right? There are no minutes being handed out the seasons that they were before, and Jakob Walter has really just ran with these opportunities over the past couple weeks. Once it probably set in for the young guy that, okay, I really need to play well. I need to play intense. I need to take my game to the next level in order to get consistent rotation minutes out there. Jakob Walter has really just looked like a dog out there on the basketball court, man. Really impressed with his hustle, his effort every single night. But that also goes for another guy off the bench for the Toronto Raptors. And if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Jamal Shead. because this man is my favorite Toronto Raptor. I've said on that. Him and RJ are up there in the list, but I mean, Jamal Shead in this game, he was absolutely fantastic. There's no other way to describe it. There's no other words to put it. Jamal Shead out there in this game was, 24 minutes, 11 points, 9 assists. Not the most efficient night out there from the field or whatever, but, he knocked down his free throws. And the thing about Jamal Shead, and this is, I also want to give praise to Darko Rajaković, because when you have good rotations, when you are able to manage players the correct way, rarely does it ever, get brought up. It's just assumed a coach should do it right. When they get it wrong, they get absolutely raked through the coals. But Darko Rajaković has just been making great decisions with lineups, not being pressed to different things, and closing the lineup this game with Jamal Shead as well as Immanuel Quickley was just an elite decision, because Shead out there is continuing to show the NBA, like in his limited run, his limited minutes, the stuff that he is able to do. Like in this game, he had 9 assists. 9 assists in 24 minutes of action. His assists per minute is probably one of the highest out there. I think it's just behind Jokic's. I'll have that stat up there for one of our next videos. But, I mean, you have to give some solid praise. You have to give some solid love to a guard that comes off the bench and is the leader of this group. He just commands his team. He makes the right decision each and every single time. And even when it doesn't lead to assists, he just makes the plays that a point guard should make. You get the ball, it's not your night shooting the basketball. He swings it right away. Doesn't even think. Puts it right in the shooting pocket for an Immanuel Quickley. Lets it fly from the three-point line. Sandro Mamukelashvili throws a swing pass out through the corner. Selfless plays out there for Jamal Shead. He just a leader, just a great decision maker. The quintessential point guard you could dream of off the bench. And it's going to be tough to keep him out of the starting lineup. The same way it was tough to keep Fred VanVleet out of the starting lineup when he was on his ascent. Jamal Shead is on that trajectory as well. So lots of love there for Shead in this one. He was absolutely fantastic. And there were so many guys off the bench, right? You also had Gradey, who had 12 points in this game, 3-6 from the field. And one question I want to pose, one question I want to throw out there for everyone. Who do you think was the best Toronto Raptors, best player off the bench tonight? Jakob Poeltl, Jamal Shead, Gradey, Ochai Agbaji. Let me know down below. Comment it down in the comment section. I'll give you a second. Did you comment? I hope you commented. And I want to see who you guys are just most proud of. Am I biased? I'm probably leading Jamal Shead. But this depth the Raptors have out there at that lineup is key. And it's going to be key moving forward, because we did get an update some insights in terms of what's going on regarding RJ Barrett. Because Barrett went to the locker room. He awkwardly landed after a dunk in transition and limped back. Barrett is done for the night with a right knee sprain. So that was coming from Josh Lewenberg. And then after the game, we got an update regarding the situation, saying that there's no post-game update. So the update was like they don't have any insights on what's going on. He is going to have further imaging done tonight/tomorrow morning, and we should have more info before the game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So again, losing RJ Barrett would be brutal, just given how well he's been playing as of late. Like, he was struggling there for a few games. Last couple games, he's really bounced back. And we know how impactful RJ Barrett is out there for this team. He's slashing, he's doing his thing. In this game, he was really effective out there for, his 20 minutes of action, had 16 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. He's just been a reliable bucket getter out there for this squad. And him being out, fortunately, you do have the Jacoby Walters of the world playing very, very well. You have Gradey. You have, out there in the deep cuts, right? Jamison Battle's just itching for some more floor time. Ochai Agbaji's itching for more floor time. And then deep in the wings, you have AJ Lawson, Chucky Hepburn, any of these dudes you could call up to get some extra minutes. Elijah Martin, because they have been playing fantastic out there in the G League for this squad. So we'll keep an update out there, this game, but I've been talking about the depth, the core of this roster. The top guys also played fantastic in this game as well. You could look at Scottie Barnes, 34 minutes, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 46% from the field, didn't knock down any threes, but still 2 steals and 4 blocks in this game. Like, you look at that and you say, how is he not on Defensive Player of the Year rankings? He's just a guy that you have to look at seriously now in the status of star players across the NBA, because he does it on both ends of the court. And tonight against a long, wiry Brooklyn Nets team that were, trying to be effective, trying to be, get under people's skin. It's, Scottie Barnes played well. The whole team was fantastic. Mamu out there in the starting lineup knocked down a couple threes, 12 points. Immanuel Quickley, it's crazy. We're 10 minutes into this video, and haven't gushed about Immanuel Quickley's clutch shooting down the stretch. I mean, he had a cold start to start off this year. I can't lie, I was concerned, but my concerns have just faded away. He's starting to make a lot better decisions out there with his jump shots. Jamal Shead is the pinnacle of decision-making, I feel like, out there for this team. IQ's not there, but of course he's a more talented player right now, especially offensively, knocking down the three ball. But IQ has just been easing in to that, top lead guard role for this team. And we're winning games. He's hyped up in the post-game interview. It was just a pleasure to watch this man, a pleasure to watch this Toronto Raptors team. And the truth about the squad here now at this point is we are second in the Eastern Conference, right? The Sixers ended up, they lost their game today, but the Raptors are, 2.5 games up on the play-in spot. So creating some separation with the win streak that this team has been on, and we need it. We need it because the schedule has been light as of late, and it's still going to be a little bit fine over the next stretch of games, over the next little while. But you take a look at this Raptors group, right, and you're winning, 11 of your last 10, 11, I don't even know. The Raptors are 12-5 now at this point, second in the East. And the crazy thing about this team, the crazy thing about this squad really is how dominant they've been scoring the basketball. Like, we couldn't throw the ball in the ocean for multiple seasons. The Raptors are now the 4th best three-point shooting team in the entire NBA. The free throws do need to improve. They're at 21st. But also a part of this, too, and you got to give credit to the coach on this one. Shout out to Darko Rajaković. But this team, when we look at it now over the course of this season, how things are going here, the Toronto Raptors, and I let it disappear. I got to get it to pop back up. But they are second in the NBA in assists per game. The Raptors are second in the NBA in assists per game. You could see it on the court. The eye test, you'd assume a stat like that is the case. But the Raptors have just been moving the ball. The offense has been fluid. We're knocking down three-point shots. We're not even turning over the ball that much. Usually, you have a high assists per game number. Your turnovers are going to be fairly high, but the Raptors have the 6th lowest turnover rate out there, or turnovers per game out there in the NBA. Huge positives. You add some depth at the center position, things are just going to work out. You have elite field goal percentage. Like, the offense has been fantastic. And if you get another backup big man, the defense is going to be elite. And this is the last question I want to pose to you folks out there in this video, right? Type yes down below, because tonight, of course, we didn't have Jakob Poeltl. Another 7-foot big man, I think, would be very, very valuable as an insurance for this team. So type yes or Y down below if you think the Raptors should trade for or acquire another 7-foot big man, and type no if you don't. I know Christian Koloko, we just made a whole video on it, in terms of being a piece that, with Drew Timmy going to the Lakers, should be available in the coming days. Let me know if you guys are interested in making one of those moves, or if not, let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, folks, you guys are the best thing as far. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Anyways, I'm signing out. Cheers.